Welcome to episode 1 of The Bastard Sermon. This is one of your 3 hosts, Cody Hucker.
My name is Patrick Seta.
And this is Luke motherfucking Young.
And how y'all doing today? I mean, what's going on, fellas? Let's
Doing
act like
pretty
we
good,
haven't been
dude.
talking with the mics off for the last fucking 30, 40 minutes. What have you guys been up to?
Things been good. Things been real good,
Real fucking good.
Fantastic.
You living each day, you know? Play it, don't play like homie, and homie don't play that way. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Shit.
You heard? You heard?
Homie don't play it that way.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
What a classic reference.
Picking up what I'm
Coming
putting
from them
down,
streets, university.
smelling what I'm stepping in,
Man, Pat is back in color.
flowing my lava. You licking what I'm
wait.
sticking? Wait.
You picking up what I'm putting down? You smell what I'm stepping in?
Yeah. You choking my chicken?
You licking what I'm sticking?
You
Did you already
my
say that one?
chain.
Yeah, I said you licking with my Wait.
All right.
Anyways.
Don't lick my
So
stick.
let's get right into it. So this is our first official episode, and I'm glad everything's working now.
Finally, after months of telling people, it's coming out.
Yeah, hyping up guests on podcast episodes that we're never going to put out and fucking getting drunk and like
Dude, we got
recording
a
6
friend
hours worth
met
of
his wife in Japan.
unlistenable garbage all night long. But it's been a fun ride so far, you guys.
So we wanted to get right on into it and what we wanted to talk about today. And I got to say, guys, I'm pretty triggered.
Triggered, huh?
I'm triggered. You know, I'm real triggered. The Tide Pod Challenge. Like, let's talk about that for a moment.
Forbidden
Yeah.
fruit.
Like, how much would it take you guys to eat a Tide Pod?
Not much.
Probably not much. I mean,
For those who don't know, right now there's
you mean
an internet.
eat and swallow or just like chew it up for a video?
One second. So right now, like there's this internet challenge where everybody's eating Tide Pods, which are these little detergents and fluids, and it's not healthy. This shit will kill you.
By any
if you eat it.
means.
Yeah,
I love
you
Pat's
do your
description.
laundry.
They're fucking detergent fluids. And
Public enemy
just
number
cleaning
1.
supplies. Anyways,
Yeah,
Windex.
when that it's terrible,
Pine Sol.
terrible. But what were you saying, Cody?
I don't know.
You don't know. Oh, anyways, but would you ever eat one?
Of course.
Like, would you actually swallow it though?
No.
Or, like, do you think these people are actually
Gotta
swallowing
be a
this stuff?
fucking idiot to swallow
I'm sure
it. But
they're
what about
swallowing a percentage of it when they're gagging and gasping for breath, and the soap is like sliding down the back
said
of
it
their
could do-
fucking tongue.
they could do like irreversible damage to your like kidneys and your liver, and your fucking throat gets all burned
It's
up and
fucked up.
shit.
But tell me, as a kid, not once did you see that as a commercial and be like, "I'd put that in my mouth." if I
Goddamn
was left
never.
alone.
Never.
Did they even have
Never.
those Tide Pods when we were
They
kids?
do look like gushers.
We did.
They
Yeah,
look like
do.
they look like
They're
little minty,
colorful, and I
like
think
minty.
That's the appeal of
Isn't
them.
the reason that this started though because that statistic started going around that said that more adults die from Tide Pods than kids do? So they were like, the internet was like, "You fucking serious, bro?" And they just started going ham on these memes.
We'll
I
show
thought
you.
it was from the Hot
Yeah.
Pocket Forbidden Fruit meme.
I don't know. I keep hearing that it started from that statistic, but I could be wrong. I mean, it's the fucking internet. Everything on there is wrong.
Sorry
For
about
all
this
we
noise.
know, it probably started on 4chan.
How do you feel about
Everything started.
shithole country being said on NPR and CNN because our fucking president's an idiot? I'm not gonna get too political on this thing, but come on,
Oh,
man.
dude, that guy.
Come on,
is an
bro. How dumb
absolute
are you?
maniac.
I was just being told today. Now it's all fucking suspect because you could just write anything crazy and through Photoshop it could be true on Twitter. But like apparently he put out a fucking tweet today. I mean I could be wrong. Maybe the Onion posted this shit, but it said like, from here on forth, I'm gonna make MLK Day a fucking national holiday, and it was like, are you serious, man? Like, are
He's
you
a
are you for
maniac.
real? Like, you didn't run that by anybody before you like?
Does he run by anything?
No,
I don't
with
think
anybody?
he does.
No.
I don't
It
even-
kind of doesn't it blow your mind that these particular people have actual authorization to launch a nuke without anybody else's like
Crazy.
opinion.
Yeah.
They could just fucking press a button
insane.
and just end the
Crazy.
world.
It's
Same with
insane.
all the other countries like North Korea. Like they're talking about this stuff where one has a nuclear button and then Trump's like mine's bigger. But then they also say this might be a good thing the way that Trump's talking. Not to back him
the
up,
global
whatever.
dick measuring contest.
But think about it. North Korea is now in peace talks with South Korea, and what they're
because
doing
they
is
know
they're
he's
involved.
fucking crazy. Like,
Yeah, but who's fucking crazier, to be honest? Guy starves his people.
I mean, yeah, but
I'm not defending Trump. I don't like the guy at all.
Yeah,
All
I
right, but
don't-
what they're saying
I
is
agree.
that his tactics of what he's been doing has caused North Korea to be a little bit more in tone with other people. Like they realize, okay, I'm not the only unpredictable
right.
fucking piece of shit out there. So now they're in the Olympics. They're in the Olympics now.
Well, they had to replace Russia.
It's just fucking wild. Was Russia kicked out of the Olympics?
I don't know if they were permanently kicked out, but they lost a fuckload of gold medalists in sports that no one gives a shit about.
Wasn't all because of that dude's documentary?
Yep,
The
Icarus.
dude that Rogan had on? Yeah, the Icarus, the dude that...
It was one of the most interesting episodes.
Then they tried to...
in a long
The
while.
KGB, like, tried to fucking take out that dude, the
Wait,
scientist.
explain this
Yeah.
from the beginning a little.
Okay,
bit.
so
this is so much.
this guy goes to Russia to participate in weightlifting competitions and all that jazz to prove that he can get through that type of competitive field while on high performance drugs.
Like steroids?
Yeah, steroids and
Creatine
yeah,
shit?
and all that jazz, and win and be tested and still pass and succeed. Nah, I'm cool. And while he's doing all this, the guy he is working with is this old man who used to work for I forget the name of the company, but they work alongside the Olympics for drug testing. I think it's WADA, but I forget what it's called.
I'm pretty sure it's WADA.
Yeah, it's WADA, but I don't know what the acronym
It's
is
the
for.
World Anti-Doping Agency or something, or
Yeah,
association
that's
or
it.
something like that.
That's it. And he worked with the guy who was doing the documentary and kind of let some facts slip about it, like
Didn't just let some facts slip. He was showing how they could, like, how they modified
Yeah.
the fucking, like, the piss containers.
how to
you could-
deliberately mod it. Yeah.
How you could show that they opened it and then they fucking exchanged the piss and they would just so that their country would win, so that Russia
Yeah.
had an advantage. So there's no telling how long they've been doing this or like how many athletes. He was like, if an athlete competed, they were fucking dirty. Period. That
Yeah.
was like what he said basically.
And it brought it all down around Russia during the filming of the documentary. And afterwards, a lot of shit happens.
Fascinating shit. You got to watch Icarus, my
Yeah,
dude.
the U.S. FBI take a hold of the old guy for his protection. He fears for his wife's safety because she's still over there, and Putin feels like he's going to suicide her any day.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That
They
dude's a
kill
scary
those
motherfucker.
dudes. They fucking kill those dudes and like they don't give
Yeah.
a fuck. Putin will just take them out. Like
And to be suicided, you are essentially
Allegedly.
It's like
killed.
forced suicide.
You're killed, and then it's set up to look like you took your own life.
yeah.
Have you ever heard about those booths that are in like China? This is definitely probably wrong,
Are we
but
talking
China.
about Futurama
Yeah, I was just about to say, are you
inventions?
talking about Futurama right now?
Suicide booths?
Isn't that a real? There's a real. It's a real thing,
It
isn't
can't
it?
be real.
There,
It
there is a
can't be.
real.
Fucking way. Look this up right now.
Look, pull out
if
your
it's
phone
real,
too.
I
like,
kind of want it to be. It's
You got
only
my
a matter
phone,
of
that's
time
fine.
till it makes a
Let's
movement
see.
over to America.
suicide booths.
I hope it's real though, because that's crazy. I don't hope it's real. That's some dark shit. But at the same time, you should be allowed to do whatever you want. I think.
When
Right.
the first thing that pulls up is on Wikipedia, and it shows a real life picture. Hold on, and then it says in Futurama too.
Of course it does.
Let's see.
It's like the first episode, wasn't it, when he stumbles out into the future
Yeah.
city?
And he almost gets killed because he thinks that he's gonna dial home or some shit.
Yeah.
And he gets in. It's
Well,
a
how would you feel
kill
about
booth.
that? I guess I don't know. I can't find a good
suicide
picture,
booth?
but I did read about like real ones that they're out there in a way, but it's just kind
They're
of
probably
fucking
traps, like Saw type of things. That
Yeah,
they
what do you think's
walk
in there?
into.
Like, what's it killing you with? Like, let's see how I want to go out. Do I want to get in a box full of spikes and have it crush me to death, or do I
Like an
want?
Iron Maiden?
Yeah, or like, do I want to be laser fenced to death, like in fucking Resident Evil?
I would rather go
they
out
have that option
whatever
yet?
is quickest.
What? In
Of death? Of
Like
killing people?
eviscerating people with lasers?
No,
Yeah,
I'm talking
is
about the
that a
Resident
thing
Evil
yet?
movie.
I'm sure it is.
Haven't you seen the Resident
Yeah,
Evil,
of
the
course.
first one?
Yeah, where they turned the dudes into cubes.
Yeah.
Wasn't it the black dude gets turned into cubes or whatever, and he fucking head falls apart?
I hated how that movie franchise deviated from the video games entirely.
Yeah, it's a little fucking weird.
It's over the you can't. I'm sorry, but to me, you can't call something a zombie if it's like piloting a helicopter with extreme skill and can like fire and reload an M16. You know,
I just
all by itself. That's not a zombie. That's like an operating slave.
I saw them all as kids, so I don't have like a super shit opinion of them. I never liked the fucking games, but they were fine for what they
Dude, the
were.
games
I mean,
were
they were
fun.
Whatever.
The games ruled.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about picking up Resident Evil 4.
Dope.
It's supposed to, if it comes out for the Switch, I think I'll get it
Get
then.
the new one, boy.
I already have the
7
new
is
one.
Do you have the
amazing.
new DLC for it? I haven't
No, I
played it
haven't.
yet, but that
Uncle
fucking DLC
Joe,
is crazy.
it's
dude.
amazing.
I saw Sean play it for hours, and I was like, "This looks dope."
Yeah.
The dude is the brother of the crazy person, the
Jack.
main
The old man?
Yeah, I don't
You
know.
play
the story.
Uncle Joe.
And he walks around as a super badass, like Doom level
Yeah.
fucking super badass, fighting these creatures with fists, like taking out fucking crocodile.
You're
like,
the
it's
uncle?
Insane.
Yeah, you're like a swamp man type of guy, and it takes place right after towards the end of the game, where if you take one choice and leave Zoe behind, you stumble upon the soldiers finding Zoe's body, and you're like, "What did you do to her?" And you fucking
What the hell's going on
yeah,
here?
you
And then he
fucking redneck rage and snap their necks without getting any of his questions answered. One is
Damn.
taken alive, but then it's quickly
What's the DLC
killed.
called?
I don't remember.
I don't
Do you
know what it's called
Just
either,
look
but
it up
it's
and you'll
just
see
I'll-
the
I'll look
DLC
it up.
for it, dude.
It's
It's
for
a
sure
great
worth
fucking
playing.
DLC.
I'll have to check
There's
it
a
out. I
Chris
do own it.
Redfield other DLC that comes along with it. It's
Huh.
pretty great.
You get to play as Chris Redfield?
Yes.
It changes
What
the
the
whole
fuck?
vibe.
In
of
that
the-
house?
No.
Oh,
In my
Well, that should be
opinion, I'm sorry.
go on. I was just saying that was cool. I'm done.
It changes the whole vibe of the game for me because I don't care about survival horror at all.
I love
don't give
'em.
a fuck about survival
Oh,
horror.
I
Walking
love
around
'em.
with 3 bullets in the chamber and oh no, he's coming
Oh.
for me. Like, fuck that. Give me a giant gun and make me shoot them in the face. Like, I want to feel like an intimidating. Like, that's the way that I like to play video games. So like, that's what the DLC for the new one did.
Where you
for
can
me.
like overwhelmingly destroy and crush your opponent.
enemies and eviscerate people.
I
like,
love games like that too,
Doom
like
Marine
any of the
style. I
Force
love that.
Unleashed games too.
You
right?
played
But-
Wolfenstein yet?
Haven't
No.
yet. Obviously,
Fucking
I played all
awesome.
the other ones. Though,
I
but
beat
not
it.
the new one. Is it
Finally
is the
beat
ending
it.
Amazing?
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
Good.
It
I'm
is
waiting until the
shocking.
26th for Fighter Z and Monster Hunter World.
I hope that
I've been-
Fighter Z can live up to Budokai 3 though, because Budokai 3 for me is the epitome of amazing, like not just Dragon Ball fighting games, but like any fighting game. Like there's no game that even modern day compares to that for me.
I've been pretty pumped for Shadow of the Colossus. That comes out next month, and I've never played any of them. And this
what?
is
It's
crazy.
just another remake.
yeah, but the thing is about this one that makes it stand out is that it's being built from the bottom up. So it's not just like a remake. It's
Get
not
it.
like a remaster.
Get it.
It's a remake
Can't wait for that
altogether.
shit.
So I'm pretty excited to get my experience through that.
It's amazing. It's a phenomenal
Yeah.
game. It's beautiful.
I didn't like The Last Guardian though.
Really?
Yeah, a
I
lot of
never
people
played
didn't
it. I
like
really
it.
wanted
A
to
lot of
play
people
it.
didn't like it, but I didn't never play that one. But I can tell you, I played Shadow of Colossus on PS2 as a kid. Fucking shithead
Beautiful.
next door neighbor robbed me and took it. Never got my games back, so I never got to beat it. But I got through maybe I don't know how many. There's these giant titans, obviously, that you have to climb up
Colossus.
onto, and you fucking
Don't spoil anything for me. But I mean, I know what you
You'll
got to do.
figure
You
it
got to
out
go in
pretty
and
quick.
kill these giant monsters, and there's like 13 of them or some shit.
And I maybe got through like 8, 9 of them, almost finished the game. An amazing fucking experience. And there's
Yeah.
a lot of nostalgia attached to it for me, so I'm going to love that remake no matter what. But I don't
Yeah.
know how you'll feel about it, but if it's anything like how my childhood remembers
I'm
it,
sure I'll love it.
fucking
It's phenomenal.
incredible.
I've been
Such
fucking
a
ready
game.
for it.
It's a really rewarding game, like after you beat such a huge boss, because it's like they're all big, but they're very different in as to how you
Yeah.
got to take them down. Some fly, some go into the water, some are under
And the
sand,
way that you got to climb them.
some you got to climb. Yeah,
The games that I've been playing a shit ton out of is PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds.
Here, that's amazing.
The game is
Yeah,
fucking
that game's blown up.
addicting. Have you played it?
Yeah,
It's like a horror game. If you think about it, it's like a hunting horror game. There's like a whole bit of it where you builds up, you just loot and look for something. You don't encounter people at all on this giant map with 100 people. And then when you finally see someone, you have to make the decision of fight or flight. And it's just really fucking crazy, and it's a thrill. And then
Yeah.
I've gotten first place a couple of times, and it's like last man standing.
Winner,
And
winner,
it
chicken
is-
dinner.
Yeah, you don't get anything really for it. Like,
you get chicken dinner.
yeah, you get a chicken dinner. That's it. And then
fucking good to me.
I bought the South Park games, and those have been
Fractured
awesome.
Butthole?
games are amazing. They're
I'm
hilarious.
playing Stick of Truth right now.
Great.
And
I
I
hate
just
turn-based
got-
strategy, and those games are incredible.
Have you ever played Paper Mario?
No.
Paper Mario was amazing, and it has like the exact same gameplay as this, and it's great. It's done so well. But South Park has been great. I just got to the giant. It was like Khloe Kardashian was at the abortion clinic, and she had the largest abortion they've ever seen, and it was a giant fucking. It was a giant fucking Nazi zombie fetus, and it was like sucking my life with its fucking umbilical cord.
I hate when that happens.
Fucking great game. It's like being in an episode. It's fucking ridiculous.
That entire game is an episode.
I can't wait to play the Fractured Butthole. But
It's
I
so
gotta
good.
finish Stick of Truth, then I can get on it. Do you think I'm pretty close to the end of the game? Like the Nazi zombie fetuses?
Have you...
I'm on my way to Canada.
Yeah.
That's near the end?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I'm ready to get on the next one. For sure. But yeah. Are you playing anything, Cody? What have you been doing? You've been playing music.
Sick. I've been playing music recently. I've just been learning old 80s punk rock covers and fucking thrash metal songs and honing my skills with a band and trying to fucking write some original shit. Not really getting far on the originals, but doing a lot of covers right now.
I'm glad you brought that up because, it's time for my favorite segment of this show, Man to Man.
Oh, we're getting to it, eh?
Oh yeah, we're getting to it. So, Cody, I want to ask you,
Just me and you.
Just us, man to man.
And Luke.
Would you ever be would you be the best musician of all time? Or would you rather eat a Tide Pod in full?
What? I didn't even...
So you get to be sorry, that was the first time using the soundboard and I probably butchered it. But anyways, I was saying, would you rather be the most talented musician of all of the lands? You're a legend, a myth to those who've never heard of you.
Okay.
Yeah, crazy shit. Or would you rather eat like a small bowl of Tide Pods?
So, okay, Pat, let me get this straight.
But hold on.
Your whole fucking plan
Do
here.
you want to be famous or
would you rather be
suicide?
famous or die? Is that what you're asking me?
Well, you won't die.
Well, this one is a chin scratcher, Patrick.
Well, hold on. Before you answer
I will
it,
have to think hard on this one.
before you answer it, just know when you become that famous musician, you lose your penis.
What?
And you don't die if you eat all the Tide Pods.
Of course I eat the Tide Pods.
It's a losing situation.
Of course I'm eating the Tide Pods, Pat.
Are you saying you only want to be a musician to get some pussy?
I'd rather end it
No, I just,
well.
like, as a man, you want your penis. And if you don't, you probably don't identify as a man, right?
Okay, if you eat the Tide Pods, your balls disintegrate. Or shrink to raisin
It's not my
size.
penis, though. You still got your penis.
You still got your penis.
live without
Your
balls.
penis is the same, but then your balls
are just
shrink
in the
down
way
to
for
little
the most
raisins.
part. Let's be honest, boys. That's just there to get stuck on my legs and maybe get someone pregnant on accident.
They're still fully function as if they were normal size, but they're just Ant-Man sized.
I'm all right with that. There's less.
Are you?
Yeah, little tiny balls. Anybody get the
Oh,
keep
just
dick?
tiny balls?
Take a
No
second and
tiny
picture
wiener?
this.
Tiny dick and balls. How do you
No.
keep editing it like it's a constitution? You're like, here's
Hey,
the
you
two
just gotta
questions.
pick, man. I'm
No.
asking you.
Was
It's
it
a
not hard
magical
enough,
contract.
Cody? Okay, well,
Cody.
let me.
Cody, man to man. All right,
Keep
I'm just
up
trying to
with-
get to know you. It's
It's a simple
just
question.
a simple question. Like, what would you
All right,
rather
all right,
be?
all right. Go back over it one more time.
Okay,
What are my
so
choices?
would you rather be the most famous musician of everywhere of all time,
But
like the Hall of Fame? That's dedicated to strictly the Hall of Cody. Kind of famous, and
But I gotta be the.
but you have
bald
no
dude from
penis.
Game of Thrones. All right.
you have no penis. You have your balls still, no penis.
Straticon.
no penis but balls?
It's just like a little hole that you pee out of, like a belly button sized hole. It's kind of
Oh.
fucking
so
great.
horrifying.
yeah. You have a high sex drive too, so it just
Okay.
Loves
really
to fuck,
sucks.
Sounds
whole
horrible.
dick.
What's my other
But you
option?
can
Tiny
shred,
balls.
dude. You can shred
Yeah.
and melt faces, literally like fucking Indiana Jones, fucking Ark
Ark
style.
of the Covenant.
Yeah. When you play, that's what happens to people.
Right.
Their
or-
faces literally melt. Or you could eat a small bowl of Tide Pods, and once you eat them, they make your balls like shrink down to little raisin size. And
Just my balls.
yeah, just your balls. Your penis
Either way, you're
remains the same.
losing your genitalia.
Oh, we'll have to go with the Tide Pods, Pat. Luke, what say you, fella? Don't act like you're losing the old peener for a fucking Hall of Fame spot.
If not, I got another question for you.
Let's go. with
No,
another
actually, you
question.
should answer first.
I feel like I'm leading the witness. I'm sorry.
Okay. Shit, man. I'd probably take the Tide Pods.
Okay.
Probably. You don't sound for sure, Luke.
I don't.
Because you really would trade your dick for fame?
Temporary, because I mean I'd be
Wait,
a legend.
temporary?
And
This is
then-
like godlike fame.
Yeah, God, I'll be remembered for all of time.
At what cost?
But they'll know you don't. But
How will
everybody's gonna
they
know you
know?
don't have a penis.
How will they know?
How? Because
Yeah,
you're so
how?
famous.
You're a rock star. living
Ever heard of the website?
with
Is
tight-ass
anyone up?
jeans on.
Yes,
You'd
I
be
have,
on that
you
shit.
maniac. That
You'd be on that
website's
shit. Like,
no
look at this
longer
freak.
up.
Look at this freak. Oh man, Luke Young, the famous Luke Young. His dick. He has no dick. What? And they look at this shit and they zoom in and they're like, "What the fuck is it? A belly button hole?"
I'd get like the Michael Jackson nose equivalent of a penis to like put it down there.
You probably have to get a strap on. You'd have to walk around with a strap on.
I couldn't do that.
Okay. But so you'd eat the Tide Pods?
Yeah, I'd eat Tide
Okay,
Pods.
let me ask you this then.
Let's hear it.
Man to man. All right?
Just me and you.
Just me and you. Would you rather be would you rather have a pair of tits, like triple D tits?
I'm
already
picking that one.
Like triple D tits and
I've
they're
heard
covered
from-
in hair. Man chest hair,
God.
man tits.
Like
Triple D man tits.
Wookie titties.
Like they're pretty hair, like Austin Powers kind of chest. Or you can be a human pterodactyl. Just a hideous looking monster human.
Human pterodactyl.
A hideous look. They're gonna hunt you down like
gonna-
Frankenstein.
With spears and swords.
Yeah.
I'm taking
They're gonna hunt you
human
down.
pterodactyl. I'm taking human pterodactyl.
What about you, Cody?
I'd fight crime.
I'd fight crime as a human pterodactyl.
That'd be my name too.
Remember those people from Beetlejuice with the really long faces and
Yeah.
the jaw? That's what you're gonna look like.
That's fine as long as I
You're
got
gonna
some
look
sort
a
of like
freak, dude.
weird
Like,
human flesh arm wings.
you're gonna walk by and people be like, "Oh my god, fucking Snapchat that freak!" What? Ugh. And people are gagging, like can't even eat their food, dude. You'd
Hey,
be sick.
They won't talk shit once I'm fighting crime, saving lives.
I think you're just as vulnerable as a regular human, though. So if you got shot, you're
I'm
all
vulnerable
hold
to
on.
the cold.
Your whole structure is all fucked up because you're like a humanoid pterodactyl, and you can hardly fucking walk. You're like fucking cripple walking down the street because you can hardly fly, and you're just gonna get shot, dude. You're gonna get shot.
I'm
All
gonna
right,
get
Pat,
shot
I've got
'cause
one
I'm
for you.
different.
Well, you didn't answer. What would you do?
Pterodactyl.
Okay.
See, he'd
I don't
fight.
have a specific.
Would you fight
specific
crime?
reason. It just seems cool.
Would you fight crime as a human pterodactyl
No, I'd
freak
eat
monster?
people. I'd be a goddamn freak monster.
You'd
all the
fucking
way.
Fight
Eat
crime
people?
and eat people.
Yeah, I would be the anti-you. I'd be the one like fucking it up, making sure that you got killed because I'd be out like just
Are we
fucking
like
people.
pterodactyl?
And you'd be out there like saving people and be like, no, he's the man. But really,
Are you my
really.
Green Goblin?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you
Two
know.
pterodactyl like fighting.
What would your name be? Make some up right now.
Terry.
What would your name?
Manadactopus.
Terry the pterodactyl.
That's great.
Terry the Manadactopus. Firestarter. Part 3.
I wonder
He's
if
an
like,
arsonist.
on the
Junior.
news when they're saying like, oh, and then Terry the Terry
Terry the Manadactopus. Junior
Senior.
Thirdingson.
saved the day once again, and he's wearing his Speedo again too. Oh God. What was your question?
All right, Pat. So here's my question for you: Would
Man
you
to man.
rather have just me and you, man to man, me and you, no one else except for Luke, man to man?
Okay.
Would you rather have like breath that every time you entered the room, everybody could smell that you had very like horrible diarrhea breath? Like it just smells like the worst, sickest fucking sewer.
Like how
open pipe
SpongeBob's breath
sulfur.
was in that one
Exactly. Like
episode?
it melts plants. It
When he
Caught
ate
the
a
ugly
Sunday
kind of shit?
special.
just as soon as you open your mouth, that's what everybody in the room can smell. That's all they can do.
That's fucking nasty. I'm picturing my dog.
Isn't that a disease, having horrible rancid breath?
Gingivitis, my
No,
friend.
no.
halitosis? Anyways.
Halitosis, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Except it's human shit smell, like nothing.
Human
worse.
shit
Human
mouth smell.
Shit
Straight
smells-
out
and
the
you can
butt.
smell it too, and it bothers you.
Ugh.
Or would you rather every time that you showered, the only thing that
Lord.
came out of your shampoo, you could buy all the regular shampoo
shit?
brands that you wanted.
It's
and
shit.
You could even buy spring water from the store, and it's just fucking warm diarrhea and jizz mixed together, and that's the only way you could clean yourself. And it would like
Does it
smell
actually
like that.
clean?
Well, here's the thing: it would smell like that the entire time. It would be horrible. It fucking it could have diseases in it and shit. Like it's terrible. But
The
like
shampoo?
but as soon as you're done, as soon as you step out of your bathtub after you're done with it, and you got to do at least a 15-minute bathing session with the jizz and shit shampoo and fucking anytime that you turn the water faucet on, it's that. But you're clean as soon as you step out of the water. Which one? Would
Wait,
you
what
rather
was the
do?
first one?
Shit breath or jizz
Shit breath is constant
jizz
for the rest
shit
of my
water.
life.
for the rest of your life. But every time that you take a shower, all the shampoo, all the soap, all the fucking water that you use is jizz and shit mixed together.
So, but I'm clean, sparkly clean.
Clean once you get out, but you have to like.
Do I smell?
Dude, in the shower, it's all you can fucking. You have to just like.
I take the shower.
Yeah, I take the shower.
That's not that bad. Yeah, are you serious? Are we fucking sparkly clean afterwards?
It would be rough to get used to at
Dude,
first.
that would
It
not
would
be
be-
something that you.
Can you imagine that warm shit just pouring on you in the shower and your naked body and it's like steaming up and you're just in the shower curtain and you just stink of that nasty shit smell that's just trapped behind the curtain with you
Yeah, it
and the
sounds great. You're really
steamy
making me
fucking
understand why you picked
slimy
this one.
and you squirt out the fucking you need to wash
Yeah.
your hair and your beard and your mustache so you
Yeah.
squirt out the fucking shampoo and then the shampoo is just all fucking jizz like just chunky jizz and it stinks dude because it's been sitting there for a while and then you try to put it in your hair and you're trying to scrub it deep in and it makes your hair all curdy like fucking cheese curds and shit and you get out and you after your armpits have been scrubbed with the shit loofah sponge you got in the corner.
We're forgetting the jizz as well.
I was just saying that it's your hair. It's your hair gel, or
Oh.
it's like your shampoo, and then you're like scrubbing in between your toes, and it's just like fucking Play-Doh like shit, and then you get out and you're like perfectly clean, like literally sparkly clean. Wow, you get an image of that, Cody?
Yeah, I've got another. Would you rather?
Oh,
you guys.
I'd love to hear another one.
Okay, so would you rather?
Man, oh man.
Man to man. Me and you. Would you rather every time that you blinked once, your eyes stayed glued together shut for 30 minutes at a time, and then you could open them after 30 minutes, but like the next time that you blinked, they would be glued back shut for 30 minutes at a time, and that's the only way that you could blink? Would you rather do that, or every time that you had sex, your sexuality changed, and the only way to change your sexuality back is by having sex, and you've got to enjoy it?
What?
What would you rather do?
What in the
I think
shit?
I'd take the first option there, bud.
You'd rather have your eyes glued shut every 30 minutes every time that you blink, and you can only, how long can you hold your eyes open, Pat? Let's do a staring contest real quick. This would be good for radio. Something that no one could see.
Silent eye
Silent
staring.
eye staring. Yeah, you don't think this would be a good bit?
Nah, I don't
Come
know,
on, bro.
I don't think so. Bro.
All right. Which one for you?
I would go ahead and have the sex swapped
Sex swapped?
every time I had sex.
Okay, so you guys went opposite ones. This is what I was looking for. Some discourse.
Yeah,
Why?
man.
Let me hear why.
Why? 'Cause I would find a wife and
Never had sex with her
exclaim
ever again.
my
What-
secret to her, and then we would plan around it.
I changed my mind. I
We
like
would-
that idea better.
She would help. She would
How
help.
fuck your life would be if you blinked and your eyes were glued shut.
She would help pimp me
Just
out.
fuck a dude every
to
once in a
rich
while.
white
Not
men.
that bad. Come on now.
Would you? Can I ask you a question,
At
Luke?
100%.
Yeah.
Luke, you have to be honest with me though. All right.
That's
so when I ask
fine.
you this question, I want you to tell us the truth.
Man to man, Pat. That's all I'm here
All right.
for.
So, would you rather be a furry every time you have sex, and you can only have sex with furries every time you want to have sex,
Already cringe.
or every time you masturbated, you had to masturbate to furry porn
I mean, definitely the
while
furry
covered in
porn
shit?
one.
I'm just kidding.
yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. Well, what would you pick though?
Furry porn, dude. That's having sex in a costume. It's got to be rough, man. I don't know if I could do
Just
that.
gotta chafe around the old dick shaft.
Oh, it's
area.
hot. It's
sure.
gonna be hot. For sure.
Very.
For sure. Luke, why don't you ask a good one? Just come up with the top of your head. Best would you rather man to man you got
Man to man.
right here, right now. Let's hear it.
Okay. Man to man.
All right. Let's do it. Just think of it at the top of your head. It can be so stupid.
You can't eat anything anymore. All of your favorite foods
Can't eat
taste
anything.
like
You're
shit.
gonna die in about 3 weeks, bud.
But
Every food tastes like shit, but I can still eat the shit flavored food? Or are you
Yes.
saying that everything I eat always tastes like shit? Like it's
Everything
the
you eat-
same flavor of shit every time. So it could
everything
be a
you
cake.
eat always tastes like shit.
What if I
Always.
ate regular shit? Would shit
God.
taste like shit?
Shit would taste delicious.
Wait,
You would
shit would
find-
taste delicious?
You would find other bodily excrements your only tasteful form of nourishment.
Do they taste like regular shit and like what they
No, they
are? Or do
taste
they taste like
The
cake
food of
and
gods. Like the most delicious thing you had ever put.
Okay,
in your
so you're
mouth.
telling me that if I see, let's say a Swiss roll,
Yes.
And I pick it up, take a bite, and it tastes like straight, nasty fucking shit.
Yep.
A big old poopy shit.
Log of diarrhea.
Yep.
God, that makes me want to gag right
But
now.
you eat that log of diarrhea and you're like,
But so then I shit on my own plate,
yeah.
stick it in the microwave for like 30 seconds.
At Thanksgiving in front of
It's already
your
warm,
relative.
I'm sure, but you can put it in
I
the
cannot put
microwave
anything
if
else
you
on it
want.
though. Like I couldn't put cheese on it or.
Oh, I
Cayenne
mean,
pepper.
it's
But
your
the cheese would
food.
taste like shit.
You can sauce it up. Yeah, the cheese would taste like
So
shit.
anything I put on
but
top
your
of it's gonna
turd's
taste
gonna
like
be
shit.
delicious. Yeah.
What does it taste? What does this shit taste like to you?
The shit taste of
Like
what
does it taste
I
like a
am
hot dog?
saying, It tastes.
Everything else tastes like shit, Patrick, but the most amazing
Yeah.
food that you can think of on your own palate is what shit and excrement
Yes,
and,
that's what
like,
I am
bodily
trying
fluids
to get
seem like
delivered
taste
to
like.
you.
Anything I can think of.
Yes.
Okay. Go on.
That's like
What's
even
the other one?
chicken tenders.
Even
the
Fridays?
rarest chicken like Fridays.
Even Fridays?
The best restaurant of all time, Pat. We're delving into this after this. Go ahead, Luke. Thanks for throwing yourself under the bus, Pat.
Yeah, you're welcome, buddy.
Or you can only use.
You like eating Fridays while listening to Attila. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Luke. Go ahead.
Anyways, that reminds me we should talk about Bright, you fucking bastard.
Oh,
We should.
Lord.
Good idea. Keep going, Luke.
Or you can only use 1 sense at a time.
1
What?
sense, like
Yeah.
smell, division.
Yeah.
What was the first one?
Come on, dude. We spent 30 minutes on
You
the first
spent
one.
the longest depicting and tearing apart the first part out of any
Surprised
of us.
you didn't write your
and you forgot
thesis
about
and-
it.
I guess I would. So wait, can I not
Stalling.
see? Because that's a tough decision.
No,
decision.
you
if
only
see,
So
you
if
can't
I'm
do
like-
anything else.
So I can.
Or
Can
if
I
you-
drive? But I
course
can't
not.
listen to anything.
No, because how would you use your sense of touch? Wait, do you need that to drive?
I
don't
feel
think
like
so. I
it,
think you might be able to drive, fine, but I don't. You would have
do I have
to
driving
pay
privileges.
extra attention to ambulances behind you.
Wow.
I think you could.
I
Drive.
guess I do 1 sense at a time. I don't want to eat shit. I don't care how good it tastes.
But
dude.
the shit'll taste amazing to you.
Just
to
imagine
you,
picturing.
turd up and seeing like the corn going.
Picture
up through
yourself eating a nasty fucking thick shit, taking a chunk out of that with your mouth, and you're chewing on it, and you taste all the fucking things that person ate or you ate, popcorn kernels, all that shit, and you're like, that was fucking delicious.
But that's not what I said you would be tasting at all.
You need the time.
Yeah.
8:41.
No, I meant
sir.
like on our podcast.
Oh, we're at 32 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Just enough time to go into Friday's discussion.
Yeah, let's go into this. Let's do it. I am willing to defend my case.
All right, guys. So I don't think there's anything at all wrong with enjoying Fridays as a basic bitch ass restaurant where you can get some mediocre food that's all right, I guess, and like overtip your
Better
waitress
than
so she doesn't go home and
McDonald's.
shoot herself. It's better than McDonald's food. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with it per se for that price point, but it is not like. When I ask you what's your favorite food or your favorite restaurant, your answer better not be, well, at Applebee's, the quesadillas are pretty good, and the chicken fingers are also delicious. Like,
I read a Reddit post
you
today.
uncultured bastard. Go ahead, defend yourself.
I read a Reddit
And
post
go.
today, a little off subject. A Reddit post today about the worst restaurant experiences that anyone's ever had, and it was like 22,000 comments deep or some shit. Every single one was Applebee's.
I was about to say
Every
Applebee's, because every time I go to Applebee's, I just get fucked in the ass by everything.
I'd love to hear the story.
Really?
Oh.
I haven't had
Oh.
too many bad experiences at the Applebee's.
I've never really had a bad. I mean, I've waited a little bit for my food, but
They have
their
excellent-
milkshakes are the shit.
Yep.
They have some good ass fries, dude.
They have good happy hour prices.
Yeah. Which reminds me, Fridays
One time
is
a waiter
better than
tripped
Applebee's.
over and dumped an entire beer into my lap.
I would have
And
laughed
it wasn't my beer, and I was
hysterically.
underage. So he went to go buy me a beer, and then he was like, wait, can I see your ID? And then he was like, I'm so sorry. I'll just take something off. I got double fucked. Not only did I not get a free beer out of the experience because I was like 19, but I also got to look like an idiot in front of it. Like, I thought that, like, normally when a waiter falls, it's just hilarious because, look at him. He's stupid. Now the kitchen has to remake it. It's funny for everyone that's not their food. But, like, now it was on my lap, son of a bitch. Fuck Applebee's. How
I
about
would have
that?
told
Damn,
him
that's
to
some
make
bad
my
luck,
fucking
boy.
meal free.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really remember exactly what happened. But
So, anyways, I won't say that Fridays is my favorite restaurant, but I will say it's
Lying.
definitely like probably my number 2.
Number 1
All right, well
is
then
what,
what's your
Pat?
number 1?
Boca.
Boca's
a really expensive restaurant downtown.
This motherfucker went from McDonald's to fucking Wagyu beef.
McDonald's,
What are you talking about?
Well, Boca,
This motherfucker went from hot dogs to
like the fanciest meal I've ever
Calamari.
had. Yeah,
What?
so when I went there, my meal alone cost $66. My meal.
Right.
All I had was a
Been
beef
there,
tenderloin.
done that.
I had
And
a
then you
beef.
still had to stop at Wendy's later because you were still hungry after you left.
You're making
Is
it
one
out
of
like
those?
I eat a lot of fast food. I don't.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that like usually at those
No,
restaurants,
Cody.
you'll spend a fuckload
No.
of money and you won't even get enough food to fill you up. It's like, yeah, that was amazing, but I'm still hungry. Fuck you, that was $66.
But yeah, it was 66 fucking. It was $173 the whole bill for 2 people at this place. But it was a beef tenderloin on top of some chard and some fingerling potatoes, and then king crab on top with like a drizzle on it. It was the most amazing food I've
When
ever
did you
had.
get that?
Like 2-3 months ago.
Hell yeah.
It was a good time.
Where's this
It was for
place
Rachel's
at?
birthday. It's downtown, right next to
Downtown
Nada,
Cincinnati?
right next to Soto.
I went
Oh,
down
I know
to,
a dude who works there. Great guy.
No, it's I wanted to go to Soto, but they were booked. They were sold. All their seats were filled
That's what I hear.
for 3 weeks in advance, and it was ridiculous.
Shout out to the Anchor OTR. If you like seafood, go drop down there. We got some crazy expensive, retarded expensive fucking seafood shelf of seafood, and on the top there was like lobster and fucking it was like one of those, it's a birthday, let's go out. I'm not getting you a birthday present. Here's a $200 fucking meal, whatever. And then it was like a bunch of oysters at the very bottom, all kinds of sauces and all this crazy seafood. It was really fucking good.
Dude, that
But
sounds
after I was
good.
done, I was still hungry, and we had to stop at McDonald's. I was like, did I just spend $200 and I'm still hungry? I'm about to burn this restaurant down. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
You better give me a free fish to go.
Exactly.
Dude,
That's
lobster.
what I was gonna say to your $166 bill for 2 people. If I'm still hungry after that $166 bill, I am never going there again.
That's a good point. That's
Yeah,
a really good point.
That's how I felt about it.
There's no good reason I'm spending that much money to not have my belly filled.
It,
And you know
it
what?
looks like such a small portion too. It's probably like the size of my 2 hands together.
Bro,
I feel
I'm
like
a
that's
half
the
decent
scene.
cook. I could just make it at home. Like, I don't have to fucking
Exactly.
Yeah, you
I could
could.
buy those ingredients and make it. Like, it might not be as good, but it'll be decent. And
Damn
if I
good.
kept
I'm sure you're a good
practicing
cook.
You can
All
go
right.
to like any
Get by.
like localized restaurant like a Fridays or an Outback or whatever. Get a 12-ounce steak, which is usually the largest they have on their fucking menus, you know. And it's like anywhere between $14 and $35.
It's usually like $35.
You can go to Kroger's on a Wednesday and buy a fat ass steak. Not even.
No, it'd
Not
be like
even.
$10 for the actual.
$10 maybe.
That's I
yeah.
feel like that's pushing it too.
And
I
you
feel like
can
$6 or
cook it-
$7 is like how much you can get one of those for.
And you can cook
For a
it yourself,
shitty steak.
and it would be even better.
Yeah, I mean, it
Infinitely
just depends. It's better than like let's say like a microwavable. You know.
Steak.
Hold on, if you're microwaving steaks, you need to stop.
Yeah, you need to
making
reevaluate your
steaks
fucking
right
life.
now.
That's
Pat-
for sure. No,
Pat's
I wouldn't do
smiling
that.
like this 'cause he isn't a dick about cooking at all. He was
I'm
like,
not a good
yeah,
cook.
when you're baking your steaks and then you put them in the freezer for the you guys
yeah.
save me here.
Well,
Dude, I
you know
will
what I do?
fucking
Pat, how
grill
would you cook a
both of you
steak?
steaks.
Huh?
Hold on a second. Pat's great at cooking. Pat, tell us how you like to cook your steaks when you're cooking steaks. Go
I
ahead,
like
just
it.
break down the whole process to me.
Well, you know, I slap that meat down. I start punching it, you know, to beat that meat, and then it gets nice and tenderized. And then what I'll do is I'll get the cast iron skillet out, slap that fucker
Wrong
on
already.
there. What?
Wrong already.
You know what? I
that's
don't
not
give a
wrong.
shit. You know, I don't even give a shit, guys. You know.
Tenderizing.
I'll go to
meat's
fucking-
a
I'll go to-
shitty cut of meat, Pat. If
You know
got
what
a
fills me
terrible,
up?
Awful cut of meat. That's when you tenderize. If you've got a nice steak, you don't ever fucking tenderize it. You
I
don't
just like
chip
beating the
to it.
meat. You know.
I understand. You
I
to
just
beat your
like
meat in your
just
kitchen.
like
You're
touching
a grown
slimy
man.
meat with my fists. That's what I like doing. You know what like? You know what I like eating though, and I feel super full after I eat
Steak.
is fucking Fridays, dude.
Oh my
You know, it's like a
Lord.
tradition for myself to like go there and I'll get like I know it sounds stupid, chicken fingers or fries. They have some good ass chicken fingers and the good ass honey mustard. But you know what? My favorite thing on the menu is
Peanut butter and jelly with the crust cut off. I'm
the
sorry,
the mahi mahi. It's really fucking good.
What the fuck? Fridays is
Pretty
selling
good.
mahi mahi.
Oh, it's good. It's like $18 though. It's kind of pricey,
Not
but
$18. Oh
my
no.
lord.
Whoa,
Whoa,
easy there.
whoa,
big
easy,
spender.
guy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And a tip.
Fridays,
Whoa.
I will
yeah.
give them the seasoned fries.
The fries are that shit, dude.
They are that crap. They go really well with their steak, their small steak.
Yeah, they're a
I'm
fun
fucking
place
hungry
to-
now.
Let's go get some Fridays.
Fridays is closed. Wait, not the one in Coleraine.
We can go to
I
Fridays.
don't have the
You wanna go to
money
Fridays
for,
right
I
now?
don't, I
Time
don't
to,
have
do
the
you?
money for Fridays.
Do you want to go to
I'll
Fridays?
go to Fridays with
That's because you fucking like Fridays.
It's
Oh!
not bad. It's cheap, all right food.
Dude, I have a $50 gift card to Outback.
Get the Outback gift
Yo,
card, dude. Let's go eat a steak.
Fucking
Yeah.
I'm
Outback
fucking
sounds
down.
great. You
If-
buying?
With $50, I can get us like a nice 3 bowls of salad and breadsticks.
We get a nice French onion soup to split 3 ways.
But anyways, Cody, I wanted to talk about.
It
this
sounds to me like you haven't eaten at that many restaurants, though. Like I know that you're trying to get into another another topic, but real quick, you haven't had that many food experiences, have you? You've had Fridays, McDonald's, and fucking Poca, and that's like. You're
I
like,
haven't
well,
had McDonald's in years, Cody. I don't know why you keep saying I'm eating at McDonald's.
I can think that's kind of true due to the fact he's still buying chicken tenders and fries.
We just ate.
I haven't
Taco Bell
bought
the
chicken
other
tenders
night,
and
Pat,
fries
you
in
liar.
forever. Okay, let me just say this.
Just
I haven't
the
had
other night, you liar. What are you talking about? We just went to Taco Bell. If that
Taco Bell.
isn't
Taco
worse
Bell for
or
sure,
at the
but
same level as McDonald's. Don't act like, oh, Cody, I've never eaten a fast food a day in my life in the last 3 years. I've been living a sober man's
I
life
wasn't
off of
saying
fast
that.
food.
I was just saying like McDonald's, like fucking McDonald's though.
Yeah,
Wendy's,
Whack Arnold's
McDonald's.
shitty.
Wendy's is pretty good on like
McDonald's
a
is
shit
shitball, but I'll smoke a fat bowl and get a fucking number 2 and be happy.
day though. They have really good McFlurries. I really like their Oreo McFlurries.
Do the Rolo McFlurries.
God, that sounds fucking. You know, just a milkshake sounds good. Damn
with
good
ya.
milkshake. But let's talk about this
Shouts
shitty.
out to UDF. Not sponsored by UDF, but
I
love
wish.
UDF.
I wish.
Let's talk
Carl
about
Lindner.
this amazing.
Let's talk about this
incredible
shitty
program
fucking
that Netflix
movie.
put out. that
Shitty
was
fucking movie.
Incredible, and I loved it. Luke, did you see it yet?
No, I still
No
haven't.
spoilers. then.
Cody, for a second, for a long time,
No,
I
you
really,
can go ahead and spoil it.
I really, really respected like your movie taste and like the things that you
Son of a
watched
bitch.
and all these things that you know your lore, your pop culture. I'm like, man, Cody knows what the fuck he's talking about. And then he watches this movie, fucking Bright, that's on fucking Netflix right now with Will Smith. That apparently cost $90 million, but had made no money whatsoever because they are fucking on a streaming service. But it had the shittiest fucking. Yeah, he's like making these look like, oh, let's talk about. Okay, let's talk about a fucking wand, dude. You want to watch fucking Twilight later too while you're at it?
You want to hear the opinion of a man that doesn't have any clue what he's talking about? Listen to a person say that Netflix didn't make any money this year. Like, what are you talking about?
No, they made money, but
$90 million.
They're not making money off of
streaming service. They're making crazy money, Patrick. It's like the biggest streaming service on the internet.
Let me ask you this.
Biggest one. It's killing cable. Like, what are you talking about? And so
you're telling me
Will
that
Smith
people-
in it, and they let him. He wasn't some goofy Fresh Prince of Bel-Air censor. He's saying fuck every other word, so they made it very adult. And then they took something that I also love, which is like this crazy like orc lore
Elves?
and elves.
Elves
oh
and
yeah, I love that shit. I love The Witcher
orcs,
3.
yeah.
I love Lord of the Rings. I
Fairies,
love Game of Thrones and
centaurs.
So do you. Yeah, it's all incredible. And they made it. They did it in a real world way that was believable. Like what? How the fuck did they make it believe? I don't know if they didn't for you somehow, but like they for sure that like they're. It completely suspended disbelief for me that something crazy like that could happen.
I will say that their makeup was on point for this movie.
Yes,
They did a great
everything was
job.
on
But
point.
it's the
And
guy
if
that made
you didn't even
Suicide.
finish the movie, did you?
I couldn't. I've tried watching it
that
twice,
bad
and I
for you?
really thought
Okay,
it was
what
that
kills
bad.
the movie for you, my
I
dude?
think it's their dialogue. I think it's fucking shitty. I think Will Smith is very weak in this. I think
I feel like you're reading other people's
He has
opinions
been
before you watch
lackluster.
the
I
movie.
haven't
the
read
last
anybody
couple
else's
of years.
opinions. I've listened to a couple podcasts that are dogging on it the way it should be. I've talked to other people.
The
that
way it
have-
should be.
Yeah,
That was,
sorry.
that was a great fucking movie. I'm not.
I really loved
one
this
of the-
movie before that end of watch. That movie was the shit.
That was
I
a
love that
good-ass
movie. So that's
movie.
why I
it
was
all
pumped.
right, I guess.
You're just saying that.
I am.
Yeah, you're just saying that. It was a good movie, dude.
Devil's
I
advocate.
actually like. I even though a lot of people really hate Suicide Squad. I mean, I thought it was all right.
I thought it was trash.
all right.
But I'm a comic
Oh, it
reader.
was trash.
So I was pretty pumped to see this. Like, oh well, I love Will Smith. He was the
I
best
wasn't
part of
pumped to
Suicide
see this,
Squad.
and I watched it, and you even set it up as
Same.
it's going to be a shitty movie. Like you showed me the trailers at your house. You're like, this is fucking retarded. I was like, how the fuck did they think this was gonna work? And then Sean is like, you got to see this movie, and I was like, I already heard that it sucks. He was like, you're retarded. Just watch it and form your own opinion. Then he went to sleep, and I'm watching it like, this movie's fucking gangster. Like, they made Will Smith funny again. They actually gave him like coarse dialogue. They've got fucking real world events going on. Like, I don't think that the dialogue was weak at all. Like, on whose part? On Will Smith's part? You're crazy. It's the best acting that I've seen him do.
Will Smith was negative the whole time.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that he wasn't the fucking happy-go-lucky. He's like a dude that's going through some insane shit. Like, he just had to kill some cops, spoiler alert, and like his whole night goes into this fucking crazy thing. So, how would you be reacting? Would you be super positive throughout all that? Well, guys, I just killed like 4 cops, but it's all good.
I mean, they add like all this extra stuff like the centaur, which you only see a brief shot of, but they could have totally used that for something. I guess you missed it. There is a centaur in police armor at one point, and it looks badass. It's a split second of a shot in the beginning of the movie, and it's a complete missed opportunity. They didn't use what they had. They just did specific things.
It's not a missed opportunity.
There's a part 2, and they could probably use it, but I'm just saying, like, they use it for like one quick 2-second. That probably even less than that, where they could have like rode a centaur, so that had the centaurs come back. Instead, they just wanted to, make it about race, if anything, and it was about this fucking magic wand.
They did tell a big story about race, but what I also loved about that movie is that they did something original. Like, I know what you're gonna say, a buddy cop movie's not fucking original.
I wasn't saying
It is
that.
when they become orcs and they incorporate fairies, and they do it in like the way that you would expect it to happen. Yeah, they told a story about racism. Of course, that's what a big part of it was throughout the entire thing.
Especially what we're going through this day and age.
And that's kind of an important story to tell, I think. But I don't really. That wasn't what made me love it. It made me love it because it was like a compelling story that I could actually watch. That was an original idea. I've never they didn't rehash that. They didn't dig in.
They have a great idea.
Shit.
I'm gonna give them that. Their idea was great,
and they had a
lot
great
of potential
follow through, and it worked out, and it was successful.
I really hated how every single thing that happened in this movie was due convenience of the plot. So as soon as
how every fucking movie happens. What do you mean?
It's true, but I mean, it was just completely predictable the entire time. Like, oh, Will Smith's a bright? Oh, of fucking course he is. Oh, this guy that they just happened to pull over, this guy with the shirtless guy in the street with the sword, and he's just pointing at Jacoby like, oh, you're part of this prophecy, blah blah blah. Like, oh, so convenient. And then they find that person who happens to have the magic wand. Oh, guess what? They have to go fucking rescue it, and she doesn't talk at all until the very end when it's convenient for him. And it's just, oh, Jacoby dies. Oh, he's back alive again because of the wand. It's so predictable. They had great potential with this.
That, but so is Avatar, and that's still an amazing movie because of the world that they created around it.
Oh yeah, I think that, like I said,
there's a lot of movies for me that are like that, where it's like, yeah, I predicted every point in this fucking movie, but that's not. There's some movies where it's like Memento. You watch it because you're like, what the fuck is happening? And you're like, oh, they're telling the story backwards. And you're like, what the fuck's... He's got the tattoos. Oh, the tattoos tell him what's going on. Like, it's like, what the fuck's going to happen next? You can never predict it, and that's why you love that movie. You didn't love it for the world.
You just described a Tarantino film.
Well, it's a movie called Memento, but it is a Tarantino film, I guess. Sort of, kind of. But
isn't Memento Christopher Nolan?
I think so. I don't want to talk out of school, but it sounds right.
I think so. I think it was one of his first bigger movies.
Maybe. It was a really good fucking movie. I like Memento. Go check that shit out if you haven't seen it. It was like early 2000s. But,
I haven't seen it. I really need to see it.
It's a great twist. I'll let you borrow it. I own it. But anyways, there's movies that I watch like that where it's like, I didn't predict any of that, but it was great. But you didn't love it because they created like some fucking amazing, incredible world that you've never seen, or like it was really that original of an idea. I mean, I guess Memento is a bad example because it was an original idea. But there's movies like that. There's other movies where it's like they create an incredible world and they make it fun and they make it like a thing that you could watch maybe like fucking once in a while. That's like a lot of fun. That's how I felt about it. I thought that it was a pretty good fucking movie. Like it was pretty good. It was really good. I think. I
like the idea of it
in the plot. Like I didn't see any fucking. I mean, it might have been a predictable plot, but there weren't holes in it. And I like the dialogue. I like that they let Will Smith say fuck the entire movie. I like it when like things are kind of brought into the real world that way. I like the way they shot it. I like the lore and all that shit.
I really wish I knew more about the world that was going on in the movie specifically. I said, I think it had a lot of potential. And I guess you can say the same thing for Avatar too, but just kind of cliche kind of storytelling. I felt like the storytelling was a little rushed. It's a good idea, and they just kind of pushed it through. And you could just tell by looking. At least I could just tell looking at it, like. Maybe if you watched it again, you'd get where I'm coming from.
I didn't
but
think it was that egregious.
Storytelling
I'll take another watch on it.
Yeah,
I'll tell you in the next episode.
It was just something that rubbed me wrong. I tried watching it twice because I was like, I really like the idea of where this is.
Isn't that how most people felt like about
And then I
the
just
Force
can do it.
Awakens? Isn't that like
I
they were
never had
split down
a
the middle?
problem with the Force Awakens. I thought that
I
was an
dug it. I
emotional
dug
movie.
it.
So did I, but isn't that how a lot of people did feel? Like I have a bunch of friends that fucking hate that movie. They're like, "Yeah, what do you mean A New Hope Part 7?" Like, okay, I get it. Like, I don't.
I mean, I
don't
thought
know, a lot
it
of
was
people
damn good. I thought it was damn good.
There
Agreed,
was
but what I'm saying is
there's a
people-
bunch of aspects about it that they kind of ruined in characters that followed their entire
Yeah.
character development.
I didn't need to see the Raptors or whatever the fuck those are called. The big brown blobs with the tentacles eating all the people in the ship when they meet up with Han Solo. I didn't need to see that. We don't need to see the Raptors. I don't know if you remember that or not. They were eating people in the ship when Millennium Falcon got picked up.
Are you
Oh,
talking
those
about a
little squiggly
Force
monsters?
Awakens?
Yeah, I'm talking about the Force Awakens. Like
Okay.
that part was
'Cause
fucking
I'm like,
dumb.
did you forget Han Solo died and he wasn't in it? You know,
I thought the movie, the
Last
rest of it
Jedi?
was fucking incredible. It's just that particular moment, I was just like, this is stupid. You said we got 5 minutes, Cody?
Oh no, I was saying that we're at 50. It was 5-0.
Okay, so we got 10 more minutes to talk about the next subject, and then we're good with this first episode. So what else you guys want to get into?
We have a whole list that I can't see right now because you got my
do.
phone. But I'll talk about anything,
Yeah.
anything at all. You know.
Oh, we could talk about the creepy shit we find on the internet.
I really want to talk about that, but I feel like it's going to delve in. We're going to delve really deep into it.
That's very true.
We should
okay.
save that.
Give it 15 minutes.
Yeah, we could. Okay, so let's talk about Marble Hornets.
Marble Hornets.
Yeah, what were you getting into with that?
So I discovered on YouTube this page called Nightmind.
Explain it briefly.
Nightmind is this great page where it's just run by this one guy who talks like this, and it's really low and quiet, but he's got a nice, slow and elegant way to talk. And he gives in-depth analysis to really weird found footage type of shit on YouTube and whatnot. And I first found Nightmind looking up Alan Tutorial Explained. And then I found he has a bunch of other playlists of videos that he explains, like Tribe 12 and Marble Hornets and all that jazz.
How many Marble Hornets episodes were there? Because in case people don't know, I only know about Marble Hornets. It's about where Slender Man came from, basically. It was like from the deep corners of the internet.
Well, I think he was around, but
I've never
creepy
even
creepypasta.
heard of
Just
this. So
starting.
for someone like me, how would you explain it?
It's a series. It's like a diary. This guy's
Found footage diary on YouTube.
It's like 50, 60 episodes, probably way more.
Wait,
than
the
that,
Alan
honestly.
tutorial or the Marvel Hornets?
Hornets.
Marble Hornets.
Okay,
So
okay, okay.
this guy's like recording himself because he's being stalked by Slender Man, and there's like video footage of him being stalked. And I'll be honest, it's fucking creepy. Creepy
But it's all
as shit.
staged, right?
It's fake. It's
It's
definitely
it's
fake.
all staged. It's just a way for people to like expand on the lore of what Slender Man is.
Right.
You know?
Now they got
And-
that movie.
And they
You see
all
that?
try. Yeah, I'm gonna see that shit. I don't care how terrible it is.
It looks pretty fucking bad.
Oh, I'm sure it's gonna be trash. But
I
want
want
to
to see
watch
it though.
But they like it gets real into it, and a lot of the different pages, like they cross over because a lot of these pages started around the same time. You know that Slender Man got big.
So it's a community of people creating
Yes.
this like lore in this universe.
Yes, like Slender Man isn't called Slender Man in any of these. Like the name's brought up, but that's not what they call him when they encounter him. He's called like a bunch of things, you know, like the operator, the agent, him, you know, just the
Whatever
guy
the
who's
dudes
there.
that's being stalked by Slenderman
Yeah.
decides to fucking associate.
Typically in each series, there's some kid who had a troubled past, and they were in a like child like mental hospital, and they all were like known for seeing, you know, Slendy. But all the doctors are like, he's not there. He's not real. Take all these medications. And
Tell that
stuff.
to the girls that were stabbing that one of the
Oh, I
friends
know.
that
Are they
dead.
like 14
Children?
too?
No, they're like younger.
They were-
I think
they were
like
children.
they were like
God.
11 or something. Look that
Yeah.
up, Luke.
That shit's horrible, man.
How old were those kids? Look at
was
yeah,
nuts.
they
It
just
made me feel real sad when I read it. I was just like, kids killing kids is fucking terrible. I don't want to.
it's really fucked up. It's just fucked up that they can read something and actually believe it. But then that's how you know how sensitive and how complicated a child's mind
They're
is.
12
Or
years
how
old.
mentally
They were 12?
unstable these children
12-year-old
are. I was
Wisconsin
playing
girl
crazy
stabbed
games when I was a kid.
19 times.
Yeah, I was playing crazy
Oh,
shit when I was a
whoa.
kid. I was doing I didn't stab nobody.
Yeah, now they're eating Tide Pods
Mental
and
illness.
stabbing kids and
Mental illness, it's not.
believing in Slender Man.
But it's super interesting stuff because because it's found footage stuff, and if you didn't know it was found footage, like clearly, I mean, it's 100% fake, like as you can tell watching it. But it's still really neat to watch them act to it and react, and the locations they go to. Like, they put in some serious work. Like, Marble Hornets, for one of their scenes later in the game, they're like, they found this underground service tunnel that went to this old hospital. All of it's abandoned. It's like caved in, bricks, levels, and stuff, and they went to the underground service tunnel. This thing's scary as fuck. They went to a hole in the ground, and then they went in like hundreds and hundreds of feet down and around these corners just to film, to have one shot of them like looking back and forth down a corridor and then seeing Slendy like down the corner.
It's freaky.
And, yeah, it's
freaky
like,
ass little videos.
They do a really good job, but some of them go above and beyond. Like, there's Marble Hornets where it's a bunch of, like, it's a kid who gets these tapes from his friend, and he finds out his friend's a psychopath who's working with Slender Man. Then there's Tribe 12, who's like this boy who's being haunted by Slender Man and his agents.
Are those videos online too?
Yes, and
can you get a good video of one of those and send it to the group? Because I'd love to see
I will
it.
send you the latest episode to Tribe 12 because
I want to see the good scary shit.
Okay,
I remember one episode
that's
of Marble
fine.
Hornets I saw where they were upstairs and it was like a flashback video recording, and they just saw the Slender Man's shadow on the wall in the room in the back down the hall, and it gave me chills just thinking about
worse.
that. It was fucking terrifying.
Yeah, they
nightmare fuel.
Like Maskey, who's Brian on who's working for the operator, like comes in at them at an abandoned building with a knife. And you know, just a lot of stuff goes down. Legs are broken, people are hurt, people are trying to kill other friends. It's interesting.
Okay, and what's the other ones you found? Not the Tribe one, but the other one.
Tribe 12, Marble Hornets, and Everyman Hybrid.
What's that
Everyman
one?
Hybrid's the OG stuff.
What's the OG stuff? Give me some deets.
Oh,
what's the 411?
There's like this series interlocks like Slender Man and Time and
They're all based on Slender Man specifically?
yeah, he's
That's
in
crazy.
all of them. Yeah,
That we should definitely delve into Slender Man.
I would
the lore
absolutely love to.
sometime.
I played it a little bit, but I don't know a dick about it for real.
oh, I would love to. Just
Yeah.
because of these
Lord.
pages, I know so much.
Well, let's save that for another podcast. We'll write that down. Make sure we got that. But I think that's all we have time for today, guys.
Had a
Yeah, it
pretty
was
good
a
first
good
episode, you
episode.
guys.
Yeah, very
phenomenal.
first. Next time we're gonna have a guest on, hopefully, and then we'll be able to talk about some more crazy shit.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Understand this is our first episode, and this is a evolution in progress. We're gonna keep changing this, try to listen to feedback, and make this thing better as we can, upgrade everything. But thank you guys for listening. Follow us at the Bastard Sermon on everything, and Cody Hucker, Patrick Seta, and fucking Luke Young on all of our social media bullshit and whatnot. You guys have any plugs? Anything you want to put out there that you've been doing recently? Anything you want to promote?
Check out Cody and my art if you can. We're always looking to do some new art for people and make some art for the community. And tattoos.
Instagram at Cody Hucker. Instagram at
the Honey Mustard King.
Luke, you got anything you want to plug? Anything you've been doing? Anything you want to sell?
No,
out there?
not really.
Beautiful.
This is
All
my
right.
focus right now.
Peace
All right.
out, bitches.
Love you, bitches. Big kisses.
Whoop.